to introduce themselves, then we shall continue.
Afternoon. Welcome everyone into the info session. I'm so proud to be here. I'm so happy that I'm seeing very interested and also glad of the other people who have been together. So my name is Chelagat Andrew. I offer Bachelor of Computer Science 3.1 as well as in this club I'm the technical lead. So basically I'm here to help anyone who needs help in terms of what is technical. Comes when you're trying to run code, trying to develop a program, and then also here to run activity. We work hand in hand to make sure that the club is running. However, I want to see our many ones because I remember in our year, two people had this idea in the first session of this club. So I wish to you advise your friends to come and that would be the number because soon already have been moving to the university. So we wish to keep the club moving. Otherwise, I will come to the club. Good afternoon. Idisha God for his mind and helping to be the mobilizer of IndabaX AI Club. And I would like to welcome the young ones, especially those that I talked to them. Thank you for making it, and I promise you what you're going to. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am the vice president of the club, the technical colleague of Google Developers Students Club. I welcome all your ones, especially those who managed to reach out to me to ask more about the club. I urge you to always attend, be active. You won't regret. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dennis Muyomba Favor. I'm in 3.1. I do Bachelor's of Computer Science, and I work as a representative of Yatu, Nantiatu. One of our activities is that we mobilize our fellow Yatuians, Yatu and Yawa, in the places where we are touching about artificial intelligence, in the places that we are touching about projects. Because when you come in Yatu, you will encounter that you have to develop a project of what you have started in Yawa and Yatu. Thank you so much.
But I feel represent the other one, and I welcome to Andrew, Tosman, people of the street, people encouraging the need for enter IndabaX AI based teachers their own. So if you spend this whole career of yourself, the whole university life in this IndabaX, I promise you don't remain the same. You equip yourself with skills. You know, we come to class, we study, yes, but there are some things which are not taught in one class. So through these clubs, mainly in the bus, you equip yourself with that knowledge and take it to the outside world. So I encourage you guys to keep up the young ones. I'm so happy at least those I talk to are now. Encourage others to come. Thank you.
I introduce myself earlier. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. That is the team I work with. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. For the existence of this club, there's a lot of work done background, and that is the team at the forefront of everything. So, thank you so much, team, and keep up the spirit. Like I said, that is our club patron. He's currently in Senegal representing the club in the deep learning in Indaba. I'll talk about it during my presentation. And we also have him as a keynote speaker. So get ready, you'll hear from him. He will be joining us virtually from there. So let's dive into what IndabaX AI Club is. Because you've been hearing IndabaX AI Club everywhere, and it is now time to get to know what exactly is IndabaX AI Club. So the word Indaba is from Zulu. I don't know how to pronounce that word there, but from that vocabulary, which means gathering or conferencing. So the word Indaba basically means gathering or conferencing, like we have gathered here. So this is an Indaba of CAB. We have gathered or we have conferenced. But why? Why do we conference? Why do we gather? So the purpose of the club is created with the purpose of bringing together people or gathering them. That's why it is called Indaba, gathering people together for what reason? To talk about topics related to artificial intelligence and machine learning, so that as a result, we strengthen machine learning and artificial intelligence in our community. How do we strengthen it? Of course, through uh, creating different applications and innovations in that industry. So that is what the club technically is. I will be explaining more about it. So the club purpose is to serve as a place of community for discussing, learning about, and working on topics related to machine learning and artificial intelligence across disciplines, which will in turn strengthen machine learning and AI in the community. So you have to get used to the word AI or ML. Whenever you see ML, that's machine learning. Whenever you see AI, that's artificial intelligence. There is the third one, deep learning. We shall uh, dive into all those concepts and we get to know what each of those concepts mean as we go on. So that is the purpose of the club. Like the speaker said earlier on, we always have sessions here every Wednesday. Actually, you should set a timer or you update your Google Calendar that every Wednesday at 2, Wednesdays are for AI. That's one of our hashtags there. We always have sessions here. We always gather or conference and discuss on several topics related to machine learning and artificial intelligence. Why do we do that? We are trying to strengthen to strengthen our community with regards to AI, that we can have people here creating different applications or softwares of artificial intelligence. So let me talk about deep learning in IndabaX Uganda. So ours is IndabaX AI Club Kabale University. Then we have went a step ahead. We are now having IndabaX Uganda. So IndabaX Uganda is our mother club. It has offices in Kampala and it has these different clubs in most of the universities, with CAP being one of them. I think there is one in Makerere, there is one in Mountains of the Moon. Is there one in Chambogo? I'm not very sure, but in most of those universities, it is these clubs are being introduced there for the purpose of strengthening artificial intelligence and machine learning. Why are they doing that? Because AI is the trending technology right now. Right now, when you create any application and you don't have any AI in it, people won't use it because it won't be convenient. Apps which are convenient are those ones which have some implementation of AI. Just imagine you were using your phone, typing on WhatsApp, and you have to type every word until completion. But I hope you have that tendency where you see you don't have to type the whole word. If you have been typing it for some time, that time when you come, you don't type the whole word. That is AI. So most of the applications try to bring in that functionality of AI to make the systems or applications more user friendly. Because we people will have things which are good, and AI is the one which does that. So the mission of our mission is to strengthen machine learning and AI by building communities, creating leadership, and recognizing excellence in research and applications by Ugandan innovators. The IndabaX is a way to experiment with the ways in which we can strengthen our machine learning community and to allow more people to contribute to the conversation of machine learning and AI across our continent. So that is the objective of our mother club, which uh, sponsors us to have these sessions here and all the activities which we carry out. That is their logo. They are a bit different. The other one is for CAP, the other one is for IndabaX Uganda. Okay. So, like I said, our club is one of those various clubs under the leadership of IndabaX Uganda. So, let me now talk about the IndabaX Uganda conference. Okay, so when we organize such gatherings like the one we are having right now, that one is locally organized. We organize here a session or a gathering and we discuss on several topics and different ways how we can strengthen artificial intelligence, and we get people innovating and creating innovative solutions using artificial intelligence. That is local. We are doing it locally here around our university to see that we are strengthening machine learning and AI. Then IndabaX Uganda also organizes a conference every year. It has just concluded. For this year, it has just concluded like a month ago. It was there between 29th of July and August 2nd at Bugoro Silver Springs Hotel, Bugoro. So that conference is always organized to bring together people from all over Uganda to do what we are doing here, to discuss on several topics about machine learning, AI. If you have research projects or work related to AI, still there's always a platform which is given there during that conference. So you should always look forward to it. So this year's theme was Ethical AI Horizons, Navigating the Impact and Future of AI Across Diverse Sectors. It involved various tutorials and presentations studying the impact of AI and opportunities in ecology and astronomy. So this year's conference, the main topic was trying to discover the impact of artificial intelligence in fields like ecology and astronomy. Who can tell us what ecology is? Ecology. Yes? Anyone? Yes, there's a gentleman here.
This one.
Okay, thank you. The program.
Okay. Thank you for that response. You're right, but it is not only plants with animals also. So ecology is the study of plants and animals. So during that conference, we had two parallel sessions, one about ecology and the other about astronomy. Then astronomy, you can tell us what that is? Astronomy, yes.
Okay. My girlfriend has an answer.
What?
Yes. That studies celestial bodies.
Yes, thank you. Maybe your name, your
Any other?
should share her name, course.
Eh, sorry. My name is Bachelor in Mathematics, Computer Science.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
she's
you.
a new member. Kabale University. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for your response. So your answers are right. Ecology, the study of animals, plants, then astronomy, study of celestial objects, and the space basically. So there were various tutorials which were presented by the speakers during that session. Personally, I attended the one for ecology. So we got to see how AI is used in different ways to study the behavior of animals. Because when you see a cow making that sound, who can make us for us that sound of a cow? Someone to make for us the sound of a cow? Yes, you want?
The sound of the cow.
Eh, so when it does that, do you know what it wants? Do you know what it is saying? What is it saying? So animals communicate in different ways, but it is because we don't take time to study. It is like when you are a child, you see, when you are a baby and you're lying on your bed, that's the most stressing moment because you cry, something is itching you on the back, they bring you milk. You cry because maybe you want to be changed position, they are bringing you porridge. So even animals are like that. They communicate, but they communicate in different ways, but we don't know what they be communicating. So there are different ways how we can study the behavior of animals using AI, and we'll be able to make some innovation surrounding that. There was a particular speaker who was monitoring animals using AI, in that now you don't need a person to assign a job for grazing for you animals. You just use your AI to graze for you animals. AI is applied there. So all that to reach that, you need to study the behavior of animals well using AI so that you can be able to deploy something like that. So that was that. So it was very insightful. You should always look forward to such conferences when they come around. There's always a lot of information to learn from. You meet with people from different countries all over Uganda. There are people from Kenya, people from Tanzania, some other countries. So most of you love whites, they were there. And you get to share, there are people who are there with a lot of experience in the AI field. So they try to mentor you, you try to ask them questions, they guide you what you should do to make yourself better. So these conferences are always full of info. Yes, she has reminded me there is also chicken.
You also eat chicken.
And those for that conference in IndabaX Uganda, to attend it, uh, everything is always sponsored. Except this year, there was no transportation, but always everything is sponsored, from transportation, the meals for that day. So for you, just make sure you make an appearance and be there, learn, and go and apply what you learned. Okay, why look forward to attending this? If I've talked about this, you get to learn from experts because you will find there are people who are better than you, very many people who are better than you. And when you live without learning from them, it is a disservice to you. So you should always look out for it so that you can get to meet those people who have made it, and you get to learn from them on what you can also do to become like them. Then you connect with fellow AI enthusiasts, researchers, and professionals from Uganda and beyond. There are always people from different universities who have aspirations like yours. So you get to network with them. Maybe you share contacts, and when there is a chance, you can be able to collaborate with them on projects or AI work or anything like that. Then you explore some good topics like ecology and astronomy and some other topics which are discussed there. You gain insights. Okay, you gain insights in cutting edge research and projects. The projects which are demonstrated there or during the practical sessions, they always share links, their GitHub links, where you can get those data sets and the source codes so that you can see what someone has presented, and then they share the source code so that you can also access it and modify it and use it in your own project. Okay, so that is the CAB team that represented this year. From my right, that is Charles. I think he's here. Then Jennifer is also third year student. Then Kasozi, he finished, he's graduating next month. And then that is our patron, Mr. Madhiri's Vincent, fourth from my right. Then the man in a blue suit, that is our professor, the faculty dean, Professor Usinje Felix. Then Patrick is also graduating next month. Esther, then that is Philip. Then the last person there is yours truly. Yeah, that is the team that represented during this year's conference. So now we are done with the deep learning IndabaX Uganda. We have switched now to deep learning Indaba. Make sure you don't confuse these things. We began from IndabaX AI Club, Kabale University. That is ours, our club, which is here at campus. Then we have deep learning IndabaX Uganda. That is the one which is taking up all the IndabaX clubs in all the universities. And then we now have deep learning Indaba. This one is now international. They have their offices in London. So this one controls all the IndabaX clubs in all countries. So it is the one controlling deep learning IndabaX Uganda. And then there are others in different countries also for the same purpose, strengthening machine learning and artificial intelligence. Okay. So their goal is to work towards the goal of Africans being not only observers and receivers of the ongoing advances in AI, but active shapers and owners of these technological advances. So as the Ugandans and Africans, there is that mindset where we think this good application which we use on our phones, they should be made by whites and something like that. So the goal of deep learning in Indaba is uh, uh, to make all Africans be aware that it is we can also come up with these applications. Like it is not a white thing. We can also get involved in AI, try to create some good applications, try to do some good AI innovations. Like, let's not leave it to the whites and we be in our comfortable zones doing nothing. So that is the goal of deep learning in Indaba. And that is why they came up with different IndabaX clubs in different countries, like Uganda, and then deep learning IndabaX Uganda came up with these clubs like ours, because you people who are at the university, you are the ones who are at the front line of learning new technologies, appreciating them, and implementing them to make some good innovations for our country. So, Deep Learning Indaba Conference. The Deep Learning Indaba Conference also holds, the Deep Learning Indaba, also holds a conference every year. And it is holding one during this week from this Monday, and it is ending this Friday. So, it is an annual meeting of African machine learning and AI community. It has been there since 2017 with the mission of strengthening AI, African AI, and to ensure that Africans are owners and shapers of the coming advances in AI. Okay, as an educational charity, our focus is on learning, teaching, research, and the role of peer learning and community building. So that conference is always organized in different countries every year. Last year it was organized in Ghana. This year it is in Senegal. Next year we shall wait to see where it will be organized. And for the same goal, discussing about machine learning and artificial intelligence. And still they give opportunities for people to attend that conference when everything is sponsored, from your air tickets, accommodation, meals, and everything. So when the time for applying for next year's conference reaches, make sure you apply. But to apply and you be able to be selected, now this year, we all applied, but it is only our patron who was selected. But last year they selected two students to represent us. Yeah, those two people you're seeing down in green. The other one is Desire, the former president of this club, and Esther. They are still the ones here. So last year, those two people were selected from our club, and they represented us in Ghana. This year, our patron is there representing us. It is a whole week event. So when he is back, be prepared to hear from him, from what you will have got from there. And he's going to be presenting his research work in AI. So one of the things which put you on the forefront of being selected is having some good machine learning work that you're working on, and they give you a platform to present to the whole of Africa. IndabaX Uganda gives you an opportunity to present to the whole of Uganda. You get a chance to present to most of the people in Uganda, and they get to know your work. Maybe you can get people to sponsor you, can get people to collaborate with. Now, deep learning in Indaba gives you a chance to present to the whole of Africa. You get a chance to present your work to the whole of Africa. So that is still another opportunity whereby still you can get financial facilitation, collaborators, and you get to learn also. So you should look forward to it next year. When it reaches, you'll be able to apply. So the club objectives, we host meetings here every Wednesday, unless there are changes, but we always hold meetings here every Wednesday, 2 to 5 p.m. and participate in discussions of current events in AI, professor talks, tutorials, workshops. Like next week, we are going to have a practical session. So next week, those of you who have PCs, come with your PCs. We start right away on our AI journey. Then collaborate on project work. If there is a member maybe she has some machine learning work. She can be able to get people from within the club who can collaborate with her to see that her work is a success, because the club is the best place where, the first place where you can get people to collaborate with. And then in the semester in which the annual IndabaX Uganda Hackathon is running, the entire club collaborates on predicting or producing the winning solution. So in one of the initiatives for IndabaX Uganda, there's always that hackathon. Although most of the times they organize it during that conference, when in the week when that conference is running. Who can explain to us how a hackathon works? Who knows how a hackathon works? Okay.
Anyone?
Okay, Dennis will.
I knew you would say that about. I knew it.
All right, what I think about hackathon. This is where like IndabaX, the whole of Africa, generates a problem task where different programmers work on it to come up with a solution. And the one with the best solution is the one with a different $2 million. Thank you so much.
That is it. That is exactly what hackathon means. Like they give you a challenge. They during that conference, I think this year it wasn't there, but last year there was a hackathon in last year's conference. So they present to you a challenge. They can present to you any challenge. Like for example, I've seen a gentleman here moving around with sheets registering people. So they can present to you that challenge, that you use AI to create some innovative solution that you can help that man, because he has been moving around with that sheet. How can you use AI to come up with some good solution for people to register without him having to move around? So they can present that as a challenge, and you pair up and come up with different solutions using artificial intelligence. The best solution, they take like top 3 and award them in dollars, like he said. So that's what hackathon means. There is also ideathon, there is hackathon and ideathon. Ideathon, you just come up with idea. We come up with different ideas. Then we try to choose what the best idea is. Then hackathon, you develop a product up to a prototype level. If it is an app, you develop a UI or user interface that we can see. Then we try to see how your proposed solution is. So it is always there, and you should look forward to it also. Then we also foster scientific research and scientific writing and innovations within our members. So